Hello children, let's begin our maths class. Today we are going to continue with the property that we have seen in the last class. What was the property that we have seen in the last class, children? Yes, we saw the distributive property, and also I have given you the De Morgan's law for set difference. Let us have a recap of the property that we have done in the last class. The first one was distributive property. No need to write. This already we have taken down in the last class. This is just a revision for you. Distributive property. Under distributive property, we have seen two properties. Yes, children, two results we have seen. One was intersection over union, and one was union over intersection. So these were the two results or two properties under distributive property. So let us see what does it mean. Intersection over union. Okay children. So how are you going to write on this? A, B, C. Okay. So I'll just give you a small idea how to write down the property. See. A, B, C. And what is given here? Intersection over union. So what is coming first here? Intersection is coming first. So put here intersection. And then what comes? Union. So put here union. Getting my point, children? So we have written A, B, C. First intersection was there, so we have written an intersection symbol. Then union was there, so we have written a union symbol. So now what you are going to do is, you are just going to place a bracket. So what do you get here? A, intersection, B, union, C. That is intersection over union. So first intersection comes and then union comes. Okay. Now let us expand it. So how to expand it, see children? A intersection B. This is intersection is. So A intersection B. Take the first part as it is. A intersection B. Okay. Now what is here? Union. So you have to write down union. Now take A intersection C. So first we have taken A intersection B as it is. Then what was the main part here? Union. Now you have to write the left out part. So A intersection C. So this is the property. This is distributed, like you are distributing A to B and C. That's what we call as distributive property. So like we have a set B and C, and what are we doing? We are giving the set A to B and C. We are distributing A to B and C. Okay, now let's come for the union part. Same manner, you write A, B, C. Okay children? Now what is first given here? Union. So put here union. What is given next? Intersection. Okay. So we have given intersection. So now let's see how to complete this answer. So how are you going to write on this? See here. Simple. First A union B as it is. Now what is the symbol here? Intersection. Okay. Then what is left? Again A. I have given A to B. So A union B. Now you have to give A to C. So this is A union C. So this is the distributive property. So already we have taken down this point, yes children. And also we have taken down one more point, that was De Morgan's law for set difference. So this was the first point that we have seen. Second one was De Morgan's law for set difference. Okay children, see here, De Morgan's law. So this is given, or what you can say, the law is being given after a mathematician De Morgan. Okay, so he has given a law for set difference. So let's see how to apply the rule over here. The first one is A minus B union C. It's very, very easy children. Just remember A minus B union C. Again here we have two properties to be used. So this is a set difference. Why we call this a set difference? Because here we are using a minus sign. That is where you are going to find out the difference between the sets. So A minus B union C. And remember you get here A minus B. So first of all you give A to B. So this is A minus B. And when you have a set difference you have to change the symbol. Like union will change to intersection, and intersection will change to union. So A minus B intersection A minus C. So this is the first property under De Morgan's law for set difference. So what do you get here? A minus B union C is equal to A minus B. The union will change to intersection, and then again you have to take A minus C. I hope you are clear, children. Okay, let us follow for the second property. What was the second property used here? It was like this. Second one, A minus, same. Instead of union, you are going to take intersection now. So A minus B intersection C is equal to. So what will be the answer? First of all, give A to B. So A minus B. Now the intersection, this is the intersection. The intersection is going to change to union. So union. Then what is left now? A minus B union A minus C. So this is what it is, the De Morgan's law for set difference. So you have to remember all the different laws, because in some cases the question will be directly given that state and prove the De Morgan's law of set difference. So you have to be thorough with the property. So you should know what is the property under De Morgan's law of set difference. I hope you are clear with this point, children. Okay. So now we have one more points to be taken down under points to remember. Take down your classwork. Take down your classwork. Write down today's date, day. Okay, you have to just give the point as 3. No need to give a separate heading. Already we have taken down first point and second point. Yes, children? So this is the continuation of points to remember. You have to write down there as third point. And give the heading De Morgan's law for complementation. The previous one was for set difference, and now we are going to see for complementation. De Morgan's law for complementation. This slide a little bigger for you. Okay, down the heading, De Morgan law for complementation. Okay, let's go with the work. Write on the point, children. You can refer page 26. You can refer page 26 for the point. Let us take down the point first, and I'll explain to you what is the law over here. Write on the point, let U be the universal set. You have to take down the point along with me, children. I hope you are ready with the date and the day, and you would have started with the points. Just continue the point, children. Let U be the universal set containing finite sets A and B. Containing finite sets A and B. Then first one is A union B the whole dash, and the second one is A intersection B the whole dash. So you have two laws over here. For De Morgan we have two laws for complementation. One is A union B the whole dash and A intersection B the whole dash. For distributive property, the second point, we took 3 sets. So children, we have taken 3 sets. And also for De Morgan's law of set difference, we have taken 3 sets. That is A, B and C. For complementation, you have to take only 2 sets, and that also finite set. You know the meaning of finite set, yes children? We can count the number of members. Infinite means we are not able to count, like the set of all the stars in the sky. We cannot count. The set of all the stones or all the pebbles in the seashore, we cannot count. So that is infinite. Finite means the set of all members in a family, the set of all children in a classroom, the set of all the trees in your garden, and so on. So that is called a finite set. So you have to consider two sets which are finite, and you get two laws over here. One is A union B the whole dash. This is very easy. A union B the whole dash is A dash. The union changes to intersection and B dash. What is the property, children? A union B the whole dash is equal to A dash intersection B dash. And same way, let us follow for A intersection B the whole dash. You get here A dash, the intersection turns to be union, and this is B dash. A union B the whole dash is equal to A dash, union changes to intersection B dash. A intersection B the whole dash. So this is equal to A dash, the intersection will change to union B dash. So remember the properties. You have to remember the properties so that you can apply it in your exam. You can apply it in your exams, and also you can apply for your problems. You can just use the property and you can solve it. And the question maybe, I have told you that the question can be asked directly, like state the De Morgan's law for complementation. Like it can be a question type also. Like you can be asked like a question type for your exams. I may ask you like state De Morgan's law for complementation. So you have to write down, okay, that U be the universal set containing finite sets A and B. Then you have to give the two rule for A union B the whole dash and A intersection B the whole dash. So be careful. Not only De Morgan's law for complementation, you may be asked for any other points also. So whatever points we are giving you in the classes, you have to be thorough with that points. Okay children, let's come back to our classwork. Today we are going to continue with a new exercise, that is exercise 1.5. So just give the heading as exercise 1.5. Give the heading exercise 1.5, and you have to write down the first question. What's the first question given to you? Using the adjacent Venn diagram, find the following sets. So give the heading using the adjacent Venn diagram. Find the following sets, and you have to draw that Venn diagram. I have told you how to draw the Venn diagram. You have to use your scale and pencil. I hope you have bought the Pro Circle that I have told you. Just get ready with the Pro Circle, children. We may use Pro Circle for our exercise 1.5. We need. Okay, so just draw the Venn diagram. Use your scale and pencil, children. Fill the details, whatever is given to you in the book. Write down all the elements properly. So what comes for A? It's 4, 6, children. So 4, 6 minus 1. They have given you 3 sets, yes? So we have to take your 3 sets. If you have pro circle, it will be easy for you to draw the circle. Okay, draw the figure with the help of a scale and a pencil, and if you have a pro circle, it will be easy for you to draw. Just use the pro circle. If you don't have a pro circle, you can use the compass to draw the circles. You have to draw 3 circles, like one, the second one here joining like that, and the third one joining this two. So here we have one common part, here we have one common part, and here we have one common part. So totally 3 common parts. Okay, let me fill the details. 4, 6, minus 1, minus 2, 3, 0, minus 3, this is C, 5, 7, 8, and here 2 is there out. 1, we have 1 here. Yes. Just check whether we have taken down all the elements correctly. 4, 6, 5, 7, 0, minus 3, minus 1, 3, 8, minus 2. Okay, children? Yes. So we have drawn the set. So in the previous classes, we have just seen the set of, like we have seen a Venn diagram for 2 sets. Now we are just going to see a Venn diagram with the 3 sets. Shall we start with the answer, children? Already the figure is given to you there, yes? In the book. Are you ready with the figure, children? Shall we proceed with the answers? Okay, let's take the first subpart. What is the first subpart given to you? A minus B. Let's take out the first one. It's A minus B. What is the meaning of A minus B? Present in A, not in B. That means we want A, but we don't want B. So now what are you going to do is, you are just going to focus on 2 sets. Do not go for set C. You have to just think of set A and set B. Let's take set A and let's take set B. Now what is the question here? A minus B. That means we want A, but we don't want B. Okay, let's see how to find out the answer, children. See here. A, not B. That means I don't want B. So I don't want this part. Just see here, be careful, just keep your hands properly, children. I don't want B. So what are the numbers left out now? You have to just focus on A. What is left on A? 3, 4, 6. Yeah, see? So just focus on A. 3, 4, 6. So write down the answer here. It's 3, 4, 6. Have you taken on the first one? I hope you are clear, children. Yes, so A minus B means you have to just keep your hand on B. That means I don't want B. So if you keep your hand on B, what are the numbers left out? We have many numbers left out, but we are not worried about any other elements. We are worried about only the set A. So what is there in set A? 3, 4. That is the circle. You have to focus on this part. This part. So what is left here? We are just focusing on this part. So you have 3, 4, 6. Okay children, I want you to complete the second one, B minus C. Same manner. B minus C means you have to get the elements of BS. So we don't want the element of C. You have to just keep your hand on C. Okay children? And just try to write down the value for B. Okay, write down. Let me see how you write down the value. Have you found children? I hope you are ready with the members. Okay, good. Let us have a check of your answers. So when you keep your hand on C, what you get here? I have to focus on B. So what is left in B? Minus 1, 5, 7. So write down the value. I hope you would have got the correct answer. Good. Write down here. Minus 1, 5, 7. So we have completed the first subpart and the second subpart. Now let us go for the third one, that is A dash union B dash. A dash union B dash. Okay children, this is very easy. Let us do the work here. A dash union B dash. So what I am going to do here is, I am going to find out A dash first, and then I am going to find out B dash, and then I am going to find out A dash union B dash. I am not going to do this directly. I will be doing in step by step. Like I will be doing first A dash, I will be finding A dash, I will be finding B dash, and then we are going to combine A dash and B dash, because union. Yes children, what is the meaning of union? Union means you have to combine, you have to bring them together. Okay, so let me find out A dash. How to find A dash now? A dash is leaving A. I don't want A. What is the meaning of A dash? I don't want A. You have to leave A. So whatever comes leaving A, that will be the member. See, A dash means you have to keep a hand on A. Just be careful children, just observe here carefully. You have to just keep your fingers on A. So now what is left out? Just see the numbers. Yeah, 5, 7, 8. Here we have 5, 7, 8. 0, minus 3, 2. You have to take the numbers which are outside also, because I am saying that I don't want A. So whatever numbers are other than A, you have to take it. So just leave the members of A. So you have to take down the remaining members. Yes, 5, 7, 8, 0, minus 3, 2 and 1. I hope you are clear children. We are not going to take minus 1, we are not going to take 4, we are not going to take minus 2, we are not going to take 3 and 6. I don't want these numbers. That means I don't want minus 1, minus 2, 3, 4, 6. And we have to take down all the remaining members. Let's take down the remaining members. So A dash is, so this one, inside this A, fully A I don't want. I don't want this, I don't want this, I don't want this. It's this. So 5 members we don't want. So let's write down the remaining members. 5, 7, 8, 0, minus 3, 2, 1. Yes children, I have told you that whenever you write a set, try to write the set in the increasing order. So first of all, we have just taken down all the members. Now let's try to write down in the increasing order. You have to write down in the form of ascending order. You know the meaning of ascending order? Yes, from small to big. So which is the smallest number here children? The negative numbers are the smaller number. So first of all, you have your 0, you have 1, but minus 3 is the smallest number, because when you just see the number line, When you just draw a number line, we have 0, we have 1, 2, 3, and here we have -1, -2, -3. So it is coming to the left. The number -3 is coming to the left of 0. When it comes to the left of 0, it is called a smaller number. It will be a smaller number. So -3 is the smallest number here. After -3, you have 0, 1, 2, just go on putting a tick. -1 I have taken, 0 I have taken, 1 taken, 2 taken, then 5, 7, 8. So I have written the set for A dash. Now go for B dash, children. You have to find out B dash, come on. Find out B dash. Have you found B dash, children? What is the meaning of B dash? B dash means not B. I don't want B. Yes, that means, what are the members of B? This is B, yes, children. That means you don't want B. That means you don't want 5, you don't want 7, you don't want -1, you don't want -2, you don't want 8. That is B. I don't want B. So what is left now? 4, 6, 3, 0, -3, 2, 1. Are you getting my point, children? Do not take B. And this 5 members we don't want. So you have to take the remaining members. 4, 6, 3, 0, -3, 2, 1. So write down the members first. So 4, 6, 3, 0, -3. Then outside 2 numbers are there, 1 and 2. So 1, 2. 4, 6, 3, 0, -3, 1, 2. I have told you that write down in the increasing order or the ascending order. The smallest number is -3, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 6. I am just arranging in the ascending order, that's all. So -3 comes first, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 6. So we have found A dash and also we have found B dash. So now what are we going to do? We are just going to combine A dash and B dash because we have to find out A dash union B dash. So let's combine them. Okay. I'll just rub over here because I want that. Shall I rub the first and the second one? Okay. I'll rub the first one and the second one. You would have taken on first one and second one, yes, children? Okay. I'll just write down here. The fourth one, not the fourth one, it's the third one continued, yes? So A dash union B dash is equal to, combine everything. Combine everything means I have to write down the elements of A dash and B dash together. I'll start from -3, okay, 0, 1, 2, I'll write first A dash elements, okay children? So -3, 0, 1, 2, 5, 7, 8. Okay, I have written all the elements of A dash. Now let me write for B dash. -3 already taken, 0 already written, 1 is here, 2 taken down, 3. Yeah, I have not taken down 3. So let's take 3 here. 3, okay. Now 4 was not here, so we have to write 4, 6. Okay, so we have to take down 6. I have combined all the members of A dash and B dash, because we have to find out A dash union B dash. What is the meaning of union, children? You have to bring A dash and B dash together. Now what is the next work? Yes, good. You have to write down this in the increasing order. Let us write down in the increasing order, children. -3, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yes. So I have found the value for A dash union B dash. So what is the answer, or what are the members of A dash union B dash? The members are -3, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So we have found the members of A dash union B dash. Okay, now let's go for the next one. What is the next one? You have to find out A dash intersection B dash. Now this is very easy. What we are going to do is, already we know the value for A dash and B dash, children, so we are not going to do it direct again. That means I am not going to find A dash, I am not going to find B dash again. I am just going to get the answer from A dash and B dash directly. So write down here A dash intersection B dash. Take the heading A dash intersection B dash. Okay, what is common for A dash and B dash, children? Just see here what is common for them. Be careful. Yeah, I'm going to focus on A dash and B dash. So -3 is present in A dash and B dash. 0 is present in A dash and B dash. 1 is present in A dash and B dash. 2 is present in A dash B dash. I hope that's all. Yes, we don't have any other elements to be common here. 5, 7, 8. Here 3, 4, 6. So what are the elements common for A dash and B dash, children? See here. -3, 0, 1, 2. Yes, so you get here -3, 0, 1, 2. So we have found the value for A dash intersection B dash. Are you clear, children? Okay. So we have completed the fourth subpart directly. That is using the third subpart. In the third subpart, we have found the value for A dash, B dash separately. So we have just used them for finding A dash intersection B dash. Okay, children? I hope you are clear. Okay, let us proceed for the next subpart. What is the next subpart given to you? It's B union C the whole dash. Fifth subpart. B union C the whole dash. This is very easy. What do you mean by B union C whole dash? That means, what is this? B union C the whole dash. That means I don't want the members of B and C. I don't want B, I don't want C. And the remaining members we are going to focus on. Are you getting my point, children? See here, B union C the whole dash means we don't want B member and we don't want a member of C. So I don't want B, I don't want B, I don't want C. So whatever is left out, that you're going to take. See here, so I don't want B, already I have marked. I don't want C. This is there. So no member, I don't want a member of B. So 5, -1, -2, I don't want. 8, I don't want. 3, I don't want. 0, this 3, -3, I don't want. So what is left now here? You can just have a small, you can just put a dot with your pencil. So if you just put a dot with your pencil, you will get an idea of, okay, these are the members that we no need to take out. This numbers, this numbers, this numbers, this and this. So we don't want the dotted numbers. So now what is left out? Just be careful, children. Only we have 4 members. Yes. 1, 2, 4, 6. So the answer is 1, 2, 4, 6. A very easy answer. Clear, children? So we have taken down the 5th subpart. So we got the value for B union C dash. How you get the value for B union C dash? B union C dash is equal to dash. B union C dash means we should not consider, or we should not take the members of B and C. Other than B and C, whatever members are left out, you have to take down the members. Be clear, children. Be careful. And if you just make a mistake, if you just write down 1, 2, 4 and you just take one number extra, everything goes wrong. You will get a 0 mark for your answer. A set means you have to write the same members. You cannot write extra member, or you cannot write the member lesser than that. So be careful with the sets. Okay. Coming to the 6th subpart. A minus B union C. A minus B union C. Again, this is easy. A minus B union C. First of all, you have to understand the given thing to you. A minus B union C. What do you mean by this? I want A, but I don't want B union C. The question is, I want A. I don't want B union C. That means, again here already we have marked the points as that is B union C. So I don't want B. I don't want C, I only want A. That means I am not going to take 1 and 2. 1 and 2 is the universal set. Here the thing is, here it was A dash. A dash means I have to take the remaining elements. Whenever you are dealing with dash, remember this point, children, whenever you are dealing with dash, A dash or B dash, you have to take the universal set. Okay. But here the question is, I just want A. I want A, but I don't want B union C. That means I don't want B, I don't want C. I just want the members of A. So what are the members of A here? Yes, 4 and 6. Other numbers all dotted numbers. I don't want these numbers. So the answer is 4, 6. Let's go for the 7th part. A minus B intersection C. Now this is a very crucial point. You have to be very careful when you deal with this type of questions. Okay. A minus B intersection C. So what are you going to find out? You have to find out A minus B intersection C. So first of all, we have to find out what are the members of B intersection C. What do you mean by B intersection C? B intersection C means common to B and C. So this is a set B, okay, this is a set B and you have a set C, okay. So what is common to B and C? You have B, you have C. What is common for B and C, children? See, B and C. Which number is coming for both? Yes, minus 2 and 8. This minus 2 is present in B also and minus 2 is present in C also. Similarly, minus 8 is present in B also and minus 8 is present in C also. So you have a common part. So this is a common part for B and C. Just see here, children, I'll just write down here. I'll show the figure here. So this is B and this is C. So BC 5, 7, 0, minus 3. And what is common for these two numbers? Minus 2 is common and 8 is common. Okay, like this you have something. So just remember, so what is, I'll not take this part. Just remember, minus 2 and 8 is present in B and also it is present in C. So what is common for B intersection C? Minus 2 and 8. So these two numbers I don't want. Which two numbers are you going to exclude? You are going to exclude minus 2 and 8. Children, these are the sums that you have to think over. You have to just see the sets again and again. When you just go on practicing more and more sums, you will be perfect with this. This will be the easiest topic in your maths. So first of all, let's read the question. It's A minus B intersection C. B intersection C means you don't want B intersection C. That means I don't want the common element of B and C. I don't want B and C. What is common for B and C? I told you minus 2 and 8. Minus 2 is present in B also. Minus 2 is present in C also. 8 is present in B also. 8 is present in C also. So, you don't want B and C common part. I am not talking about B and C the whole part. In the previous case, we took B and C together. I took the whole member of B. I took the whole member of C. But here, B intersection C means you have to leave or you have to remove the common element. What is the common element? Minus 2 and 8. So just leave minus 2 and 8. And now what is the thing that we need? Yes, we want only A. Let us come to A here, children. So this is A. Okay, this is our A. Now what numbers you don't want here? I just don't want minus 2. That's all, because 8 is going out of A. That is not a matter at all. So now what are the members that you are going to consider? Minus 1, 4, 6, 3. So you get here minus 3 is there, eh, children? So the smallest number will be minus 3, minus 1, 4, 6. You're just going to take the members of A. I don't want minus 2 because minus 2 is common for B and C. So the numbers are minus 1, minus 3, 4, 6. It's 3, I think so, yes? Yes, 3. So minus 1, 3, 4, 6. Here it's minus. So just I have put a tick over, yes. So minus 1, 3, 4, 6. Okay. So we have completed the first question. We have completed the first question. We had 7 subparts. We have taken on all the 7 subparts. I hope you are clear with the first question, children. So you have to practice a lot. The more you practice, the more you become perfect. Just keep this in your mind. Maths is very, very easy if you go on practicing. Okay, children? Okay. Now, let's come to the homework part. Question number 2 and question number 3 will be your homework. I'll just tell you how to do the sums, children. Just listen to the questions carefully. I'll just give you some hints how to follow your sum number 2 and sum number 3. So homework is exercise 1.5, question number 2, question number 3. So you have to complete question number 2 and question number 3. Let's see how to complete question number 2 and question number 3. Just see the first sum over here. K, they have given you 3 sets. Okay, children? They have given you the set K, they have given you the set L, and they have given the set M. And simple, they have just asking you K union L intersection M. Okay? So this is the first subpart. So how to do? First of all, you have to solve which is given in the bracket. So first of all, you have to find L intersection M. And after you get the value or after you get the members of L intersection M, you have to just combine with K. So you have to get the value for L intersection M, and then you will write K union L intersection M is equal to. So you have to write the value for K union the L intersection M value. And union, you know the meaning of union? You have to combine the elements. Similarly, you have going to complete the second subpart, the third subpart, and the fourth subpart. So you can just try out, do the work. And okay, coming to the third question. So already this type of questions you have done. This is not a new thing to you. So you can do it. Okay, just come to question number 3, children. Listen to the question number 3 carefully. Without clear idea, you cannot proceed with the sum. So just understand the sum carefully. Okay. So A is equal to, they have given you A is equal to X such that X belonging to Z minus 2 less than X less than or equal to 4. This is A given. What is B given to you? X such that X belonging to W, X is less than or equal to 5. C is equal to minus 4, minus 1, 0, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so this is what is given to you in the question, and you have to verify A union B union C is equal to, A union B intersection C is equal to A union B intersection A union C. So this is what you have to verify. So this is the question. Just understand the question carefully so that you can try out the sum, children. So question number 3 is the homework. I am just giving you an idea how to complete your answers. So listen here carefully, children. So first of all, you have to find out the, I am just going to give you the hints, I am just going to give you the steps. What are the steps that you are going to follow? So A is, you have to find out the value for X, and they have given you a condition that it is an integer. You know the meaning of Z? Z is the integer. What is the meaning of integer? You can take 0, you can take the negative number, and you can take the positive number. For always for Z, you draw a number line. So 0, write down the positive number here, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay? I'll write down your numbers, minus 1, minus 2, minus 3. Okay. So now, you have to choose an integer. The X is lying between minus 2 and 4. So it is lying between minus 2 and 4. Okay, children. Now let us see whether I have to take the last numbers, whether I have to take minus 2 or not, or whether we have to take 4 or not. Now minus 2, only less than sign is present. Are you getting my point, children? Only less than is present. That means you are not going to take minus 2. We don't want minus 2. What about 4? Less than or equal to. Equal to is present. That means you have to take 4. So what are the members of A? So A is equal to, I don't want minus 2. So what are the members left? Minus 1, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. I told you we can take 4 because less than or equal to is given. For minus 2, I cannot take minus 2 because only less than is given. Are you getting my point, children? Okay, so we have found the value for A. That is the first step. Now B. What is the B value given? It is a whole number. What do you mean by whole number? Yeah, whole. That means it starts from 0. Okay. It starts from 0 till 5. X is less than or equal to 5. That means you have to take 5. So 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So you have to take the value for A. You have to take the value for B. So we have found A and B. Okay, children? And C is given to us. They have given you the value for C. So C is there. Now, this is what you have to verify. Yes, children? So you will write to verify. So first step is you write down the value for A, B, C. Then you write to verify. What are you going to verify? A union B intersection C is equal to A union B intersection A union C. So this is the question. So I want you to write down the answer using these steps only. So first is you are going to draw a number line. You have to write the value for A. You will write the value for B directly. Then you have to write down the value for C. Then you have to write down to verify. Okay. Now you will write LHS. What is the LHS here? Yes. A union B intersection C. This is the LHS part. Okay, now how to do? Already we have done the step of sum, yes, children? Yes, A union B intersection C. Here which one you will be doing first? B intersection C. So first you have to find B intersection C. You know how to find B intersection C? Take the common of B and C. Then you have to find A union B intersection C. You have to write the member of A. You have to write the member of B intersection C. then you will get the answer. Put that as number 1. So that is the LHS part. Are you clear, children? Then you have to write down RHS, A union B intersection A union C. So first you find A union B, then you have to find out A union C, and then you have to find out A union B intersection A union C. So this will be number 3. Number 2. Are you getting the point, children? So first of all, you have to go for the LHS part. After you complete the LHS part, you have to go for the RHS part. What is given in RHS? A union B intersection A union C. Yes, children? So you have to find A union B. I hope everyone knows how to find out union and intersection. Yes, children? So A union B means combine A and B. A union C, combine A and C. Okay. Now A union B intersection A union C. That means you have to take the common member from A union B and A union C. You have to take the common member. So then what will be the final step? The final step will be from 1 and 2, LHS is equal to RHS. That is what you are going to complete your answer. So you have to say from 1 and 2, LHS is equal to RHS. Hence verified. Are you clear, children? I hope you are clear with the sums. Can you try out the second question and the third question? Yes, very good. You have to try out. Just try out. You have to practice all the sums. So what is your homework for today, children? Your homework is from exercise 1.5, question number 2 and question number 3. Already I have given you a hint how to solve the sum. So don't say that we don't know the sum. You have to try out the sum and you have to get the answer. Only the simple applications, that is you have to use the union and the intersection. What is the meaning of union? Union means combine the members, join the members and try to write down in the increasing order. Intersection means take the common member. That's all, children. Okay, children? And for the next class, we want the pro circle. Without pro circle, we cannot proceed. We can do the sums without pro circle, but it will take some time. If you have a pro circle, we can do it directly. So just try to keep the pro circle ready for the next class, and we will be continuing with sum number 4 in the next class.